Two robots left standing, but only one is going to walk out of the arena. It's the third and final round.
This is how they got here. Spawn of Scutter with the spike too strong for Banshee. They called it a cake. And then Vercingetorix pushed towards the house robots, and from then on, of course, there's only one end. And that was it. Spawn of Scutter went through to the heat final. And Knightmare, having also gone through against Banshee, of course, defeated the Noisy Boys, the Blunderbird 4 team.
Right, are you ready to race?
Oh, yes.
Took you a while. You're
It
literally
did.
having to go straight into the arena.
Yes.
Is it sorted?
It is sorted. Knightmare are going to find out what a nightmare is.
Yes.
Yes.
You've got your 5 kilonewtrons of piercing spike. They can't go in without the hat and the glasses. Come on, team.
No.
Get it together.
The image ain't there.
Excuse me. Coming through. So you'll be the ones having a nightmare, according to them.
In their dreams.
Fighting talk.
They
So we
are-
don't need any last-minute prayers then, or,
No, they do.
They do?
They do.
Yes, come on, boys.
Tell them to go and get down on their hands and knees and pray.
From Leicester, Knightmare. From Grays in Essex and seeded number 10, Spawn of Scutter. Roboteers, stand by.
Knightmare, Nigel Paget, Markham Summers and his son Lee, they're at the controls, and Spawn of Scutter, Darren Ball, the driver, Graham Warner in the middle, and Luke Chapman.
2, 1.
Two young members of this final. Luke likes his karate, Lee likes his judo. So, it's gonna be a dust-up. Spawn of Scutter pushing. Knightmare back towards Shunt, getting a smack of the Shunt axe as well. But that was a powerful drive onto the bulldozer of Shunt. And I think that powerful drive has immobilised Knightmare. Look, there's no drive in those wheels, there's nothing going on. Well, Knightmare immediately immobilised. There's a rook on the side, but this is no game of chess. Spawn of Scutter has immobilised Knightmare right from the start. They know it. Nigel there, onto the arena, floor flipper. We'll see if that can inject some life into Knightmare, over and out. Oh dear, what a shame. It was the initial slam onto Shunt that did it. Who needs to stream it? That's good fun. A scary face, a scary performance in the heat final, and more frights to come from the house robots. Shunt in there again. Well, it may well have got an axe blow into Spawn of Scutter, but I think it was the power onto the front scoop blade, the bulldozer blade of Shunt that caused all the problems. Now, the circular blade of dead metal, the blinking eyes of Killalot, the flame pit. Oh, what do you want? We'll give it to you, Knightmare. Any which way you want it. The lance, the claws, the bulldozer, the flames, the tusks. You're served up for a treat. This is a dream for us. It may be a nightmare to you. It's a dream to the house robots. They've had plenty of time to toy and bash and smash and crush and crumple. Destroy. There's Nigel Paget. Well, they might have done better to put Lee in there, actually, with his judo skills. Killalot dragging Knightmare away. The heat finalists belong to Spawn of Scutter right from the initial thrust. And after all this work, beating Banshee and Blunderbird 4, Knightmare finally ends up. Knightmare, good night in the pit.
Cease.
Easy peasy, like taking candy off a baby. Spawn of Scutter are through to our series semi-finals. Need to shrine me? Well, it looks like you do.
Need an electrician.
What went wrong? It's just, you've come so far, you've done so well, and then poof.
We've no idea as yet. We don't know what's fell out.
Does it just It never really got
We had
going.
a big bang at the beginning, and after that it went dead.
Was it supposed to work upside down?
It would have
Yeah,
done.
it would have done.
But that didn't, that's not working either.
Well, nothing's working now.
You're called Nightmare, but you'll be having a few bad dreams about that for the next few months, won't you?
Possibly, yeah. But we'll be back. We'll be back.
You will be back, and we will like to see you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Nightmare. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. You the men. You the men. You the men.
We the men.
You were series semi-finalist last time.
Yeah, back there again.
And you know me, in a previous existence, I was very fond of Scutters. Yeah. You're doing really well, though, aren't you?
Yeah, that's it. Well, I mean, Spawn of Scutter, I mean, he's back to avenge his mum, which is what we said last year when we went out. Son of Scutter will return.
And so far, it's going according to plan.
It's
So far, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Spawn of Scutter! Well, the crowds go mad when Robbie Williams soars, but it can't match the screaming on Robot Wars. Bye-bye.
Coming next time, our seeded mechanical marvels, A Wild Thing. At number 11, taking on veteran Steel Avenger. And Sir Chromalot, there on the left at 27. More destruction! I'll be in robot heaven!